Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit that subscribe button, leave a like down below. Today's video, I want to discuss Street Fighter 6 World Tour mode, the pros and the cons of that mode. Not talk about the rest of the game, just that mode. So let's get into it. So Street Fighter 6 came out on the 2nd of June. I have just finished the World Tour mode, and as fun as it was, it left much to be desired. So let's start with the pros. Pro number one, it has open areas to explore in a 3D city. These cities they're pretty cool. There's a lot of missions and stuff to do. There's a lot of little Easter eggs and stuff like that. I was surprised at how big the first area was. This number two thing would be character creation. I spent like a good hour to two just making my character with the robust character creator. I was surprised how much you could do with it. You can really make mutants or freaks or whatever the heck you want. It was pretty awesome. Now I'm gonna get some flack for this, but having played Street Fighter since Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo all the way up to now, I love the modern controls. Learning all those quarter circles, circle squares, if you do as much physical labor as I do, your hands don't work like that no more. So it is a godsend that they've made it, basically I call it Smash Brothers controls. I love Smash Brothers. It's very simple, yet still it requires skill. You can't just coast through the story mode on modern controls. You're not going to win any tournaments on modern controls, but you could still do pretty darn good. I beat the entire campaign World Tour mode with modern controls. I liked how you could just set it to whatever. They kind of took the Xenoverse, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 approach, where you unlock all these moves and you just set it to whatever button command is there. And I just think that's genius. I really like it. I like how you could set combos to it. It's just really cool for old timers like me that just can't keep up with the quarter circle, square, spin circle, you know, all that stuff. So I love the modern controls, and I'm sticking to it. So next thing is the RPG elements. When I first saw this, I had no idea they were going to have you level up, use a skill tree, unlock moves, and do all this other stuff. I thought they were going to go the lazy route and just have you pick a fighting style and that's it. Kind of like Soul Calibur does. You don't really change the moves. I think you can pick your special move in the Soul Calibur games, but you can't pick every individual move like a wrestling game. This is much like a wrestling game with how much freedom they give you with your character's moveset and look. It was very shocking and breath of fresh air for a fighting game. Now this isn't for everybody, but I love the art style and the graphics they decided to use for this game. I've always been a fan of how Street Fighter games do their art. I love the cartoony aspect. I would love a wrestling game with all original wrestlers made by Capcom with the Street Fighter style. So over the top wrestling moves, like Zangief, for example. He grabs him, flies up in the air, and gives him a spinning tombstone pile driver into the ether. I mean, how cool would that be, but on a scale with every character, not just him. So I love the art style and graphics. It's goofy, it's fun, and it just looks really cool. I like how you unlock special moves and the moves in general. I mean, at first I was kind of annoyed that you can't just pick whatever, but it kind of makes it more fun when you have to go to each master, like Ken, Ryu, Zangief, Blanca, and by training under their fighting style, you unlock all their moves, and you build a rapport with them. And it's really cool just going to talk to them and just, let me teach you this new move since, we're buddies now. I just really like that dynamic. I kind of wish it wasn't as dragged out. It takes a long time to max out. I beat the game in 30 hours and I didn't max out a single master's training. There's your friendship and then there's the training thing. I forget what it's called, but I didn't max out any of them. I think the highest one I got was Ken Masters and it's at 16. I don't know what the max is. I'm assuming it's 20, but who knows? It could go all the way up to 100. Anyway, it's super fun. I like it. Last thing on the pros list is the fighting itself feels fantastic and super responsive. Like, I was shocked how quickly everything just worked. Like, some fighting games, there's a little bit of lag. I'm not going to mention any because I don't want to get slammed in the comments below. But there's some fighting games have that, like, it just feels like there's a delay. It doesn't input as quickly as you do it. Especially with the modern control scheme. Holy crap, like as I'm pressing the buttons, it's instant. It's instantaneous, like all fighting games should be. So just the way the fighting feels, the rhythm of the game, once you get the hang of it and everything, it just flows so well. And it's what Capcom is known for when it comes to Street Fighter. They are the kings of making fighting games. I want to say they invented the fighting game genre, so they should be. Alright, on to the cons. Now I'm going to get a little flack for this, but this is just personal things, and this is mostly World Tour mode. Alright, so I said that I liked the open city areas where you can go and explore and do missions and stuff. But on the other side, in the con side, when you go to the world map, it has all these locations. When I first saw that, I got really excited because I thought they gave it the treatment where you get to explore all these vast cities and go nuts. Unfortunately, there's only 2 cities that are explorable and have hidden content and missions and stuff like that. All the other ones are just this tiny little level where you go and talk to the master, and that's it. It's maybe fight 1 or 2 people. I was so bummed out when I went to Blanca's level, and it was just his stage. That was it. You could walk up to him, talk to him, and then that's it. You can leave or just do nothing. I was really bummed about that. I was hoping for at least maybe 4 big areas. But I don't know. Hopefully they can improve upon that in the next one if they go the World Tour route again. That was just a huge bummer for me when you go to all these different locations and they're all tiny. Like, why'd you even bother? You should have just had those characters hanging out in the main 2 city hubs. I mean, anyway. The next thing that is on the cons list is all the character costumes are locked in various ways, thus limiting the creation freedom. I beat the entire game in about 30 hours before I found stuff I actually liked. And every single costume piece is either in the store or locked by fighting a random person in the world and beating him with some certain gimmick that the game has, like drive impact, perfect counter, or this or that. And it wasn't until I got about halfway through it where I realized you could pause and it shows you what you need to do to unlock those items. Because when you're in the heat of battle, you're just trying to fight, like, okay, how do I, what was it? I don't remember. So keep that in mind if you're playing it and you want to unlock certain things. Like, I got a cool Spartan helmet. There was a few things where I didn't do the requirement, and I can't find that character again to unlock that suit. So is that suit gone forever in that playthrough? Or do I just have to keep looking and try to find it? So that's a huge bummer for me. When you're going to do it this route, there should only be certain legendary items that are locked this way. There shouldn't be all the costume parts locked behind fighting random people. I think to me that's stupid. Either let me buy them in the shop for ridiculous amounts of money or win them in fights. Right? Anyway. This was a huge, just probably the biggest bummer for me was there's only 1 character slot. That's it. You can't make multiple characters with this awesome character creator they have. You can only make 1 character across the entire game. There's no like 20, 30 character slots. There's not even 10. Hell, I would have sold for 5. Like in Soul Calibur, I think you can make like 20, 30 characters. You can upload them and all that stuff, and you can use them in any mode. Your 1 character you can create can only be used in World Tour and then the online hub. That's it. Can't use them in arcade mode, but it's kind of sucks because it would have been really cool if you could take your character, go over to arcade mode, and just go nuts. Just beat the arcade mode with your character, unlock more points, do the various modes, go into training over there. I don't know. I just feel like you should have had more character creation slots. That way you can have your characters duke it out and just have fun. I love doing that in Soul Calibur, wrestling, and all these other games. But this is a great start for them when it comes to character creation. I hope they take this idea and improve upon it. Don't pull a Mortal Kombat where you put a character creator in a game and then never put it in it again, ever. Like, what happened to that Mortal Kombat? Come on. Bring us back another awesome character creator. I don't understand. Next is all the colors and the second outfits for the original cast are locked behind a paywall or are super grind to get in World Tour. And as far as I saw, you cannot use those costumes for your created characters either. It would have been really cool if you could unlock Ryu's suit and then change the color to blue or something. No, but you have to pay money or, like I said, grind it. In fact, I didn't see the different colors unlockable unless you buy them. Why are you making us pay for colors? I can understand costumes, but colors? Come on, Capcom. Anyway, and then my last con here on the list is the fact that they use age-old RPG element game design. But what I mean by that, I'll get to in a second. And it makes you backtrack and go back and forth 50 times just to make the game last longer. Perfect example. I think it's the Shiru building or whatever, the one where Ken's in. In order to get to the very top, you have to go all the way up to like the 7th floor, right? Then you'd have to go down to the 6th floor to walk back up to the roof. But before you could do that, you had to do stuff during the day. And then, oh wait, you can't get past this door unless it's nighttime. Okay, so you have to go all the way back to your hideout, make it nighttime or daytime, whatever, and then go back and go fight through all the goons again. And according to that, or in that building, there's servers, there's refrigerators, which, by the way, why in the hell is a refrigerator the hardest thing to beat in the entire World Tour mode? It baffles me. The only thing that I died at more than 5-6 times to at a time was the damn refrigerators. What? Anyway. Yeah, so they use these old game mechanics like old RPGs do. And this is why I don't play RPGs anymore, because they still do this to this day. JRPGs in particular. Where, okay, this door is locked, so you have to go and do this other thing to unlock this. But then in order to unlock that, you have to go over to here, where you just were, to unlock this. But in order to unlock this, you have to go back to that door, where there's a secret hidden thing there to unlock. And then you have to go back again to get that to unlock. And it makes you go back and forth 20 times just to prolong the game. I forget what game it was. It was the new Tales game. Tales of whatever, Vespera, or whatever the heck it is. The newest one. I played all the way up to this part where you're going into the castle, and it did just that. There's a hidden bookshelf over here. Oh wait, this only unlocked part of the mechanism. Go all the way back to the other side and fight 50 other people, because the enemies respawn, and fight these guys over here again. And then you click that. Oh, you didn't do it fast enough. Now you have to go all the way back and do it over. It's like, come on. It's 2023. Cut that shit out, please. Anyway, overall, if I had to give the game a review, just based off of World Tour mode, because that's the one I spent the most time in, I would probably give it a good 7.5 out of 10, because it's as fun as it is, it leaves a lot to be desired. Now, if you were to include all the modes, online, which has awesome netcode, the arcade mode, everything else, it'd be closer to a 10. But just the World Tour mode, I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10 if I had to. Thank you for watching, and stay frosty.